बसुमतारी आसामनि गिबि सिरिनि सानसेयारि खौरांलाइ ओंखारनायनि गेजेराव आं गिबियावनो फरायनो लादों सानसेयारि बड'लेण्ड इंखं। दा बे सानसेयारि बड'लेण्ड इंखंनि खौरांफोरानो जाहैबाय गिबियाव आलायारन थियेटारा आगान होजेनबाय। उपेन खेरखातारिनि आलायारन थियेटारा आबुं नायजाब गोरोन्थिजों 20 सेप्तेम्बर समबारखालि बिजनी हालामनि बल्लामगुरियाव सेथि श'आव सिगां एबा गिबि खेब दिन्थिफुंबाय। गोरोन्थिजोंआ नायजाबनि मुंमोन। दा बिनि उनाव दं क'क्राझारनि एसपि सुरजित सिंह फान्डेश्वरा नंखाय एनकाउन्टार खालामनानै हिर'निफ्राय 0। दा बिनि उनाव दं क'क्राझार फेक इनकाउन्टार नायबिजिरनो गिबि मन्थ्रिया खोथा होबाय। दा बिनि उनाव दं बायजोनि थिखादार क'क्राझार PWDनि मावख'आव दुंहाव थासारि। बिनि उनाव दं आसामाव हा दालाल सा 400निबो बांसिन दालालफोरा हमजादों। बिनि उनाव दं बिजनीआव हानि दालाल लोगोसे लाट मण्डल पुलिसजों हमजादों। बिनि उनाव दं जोंसार मुसाहारिनि न'आव इन्टारनेशनेल हिउमेन राइट्स कमिसन। दा सानसेयारि बड'लेण्ड इंखंनि गाहाय रादाबफोरा बेनोसै। दा बिनि उनाव आं फरायनो आखायाव लादों द आसाम ट्रिब्युन। दा गिबियावनो दं शर्मा कनवेज सेन्टार्स मेसेज टू नागा ग्रुप्स। दा बेयाव दं आसाम चिफ मिनिस्टार हिमन्त बिश्व शर्मा today held discussion with his Nagaland counterpart Nipu Rio and representative of Naga groups at a meeting in Dimapur that sought to give an impetus to the stale peace process in the neighboring state. दा बिनि उनाव दं statewide crackdown on middlemen over 520 held, sending out a strong message. The state government launched a crackdown against the milk of middlemen in the state, arresting over 520 people, mostly brokers and even government employees in simultaneous operations since last night. These people are basically dalals in the guise of businessmen, a menace to poor people. We have 700 names and the police is on the job to arrest all of them. This should send a warning to all government officials to give indulgence to such middlemen. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma said. Da bini unaw dong Assam CM to mediate with Alpha. Center to get involved later. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma today said he has been allowed by the central government to communicate directly with Alpha I. Chief Forest Borua in a bid to engage the faction in a peace process, and when the communication reaches a certain stage, the center will get involved. Sharma said a day after he had a meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi. He said the Assam government has maintained some communication with the Alpha I, but that has been unofficial so far. Da bini unaw dong Sonowal files papers for arrest by-election. Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways and Ayush Sarbananda Sonowal today filled his nomination for the upcoming by-election to a Rajya Sabha seat from Assam. The former Chief Minister is all set to be elected unopposed, as the opposition has decided not to field any candidates against him. Sonowal submitted his nomination paper to returning officer Dalal Fegu at the Assam Legislative Assembly in the presence of Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, State BJP President Bhobesh Kolita, AGP President and Minister Atul Bora, UPPL President and BTR Chief Pramod Boro, and senior leaders of the ruling NDA. The video now down. Afghan crisis terrorism to figure in Modi-Biden talks. The developments in Afghanistan ways to stem radicalism, extremism, and cross-border terrorism, and further expansion of India-US global partnership will figure prominently in bilateral talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden in Washington on September 24. Foreign Secretary Harsh Vardhan Shringla said on Tuesday in their first in-person talk after Biden, because the US President, the two leaders are expected to focus on bolstering bilateral trade in investment ties, strengthening defense and security collaboration, and boosting the strategic clean energy partnership. Shringla said, sharing details of Modi's official working visit to the US from September 22 to 25. The video now down. PM will leave for the US on Wednesday morning and return to India on September 26. At a media briefing, the Foreign Secretary said Modi will leave for the US on Wednesday morning and return to India on September 26. Besides holding bilateral talk with President Biden, Modi will attend a summit of a Quad leaders on September 24 in Washington and address the 76th session of the UN General Assembly in New York the next day. The Prime Minister will also hold talk with US Vice President Kamala Harris, as well as with his Australian and Japanese counterparts, Shringla said. The bilateral meeting between Modi and Biden will also feature the current regional security situation following recent developments in Afghanistan, our stakes as a neighbor and a long-standing and a preferred development partner of Afghanistan, he said. दिनैनि खौरां बिलाइ फरायनाया एसेनोसै। गोजोन्थों।
10